What up? We here. It's Monday. We've been missing for 2 weeks.
Howdy.
Some people fucking caught the flu and almost died, apparently. It's whatever. It's fine.
Not me this time.
It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Tonight, my unconventional conventionalists, we are talking about a few things. One, we have 2 amazing announcements to make at the end of this podcast. But
so wait to the end, bitches.
But first, Snooks, what are we talking about tonight? What is this?
I kind of forgot.
What you mean? You chose the top.
It was victims, and you added stuff to it. You added stuff to it. It was about victim blame, like victim shit and other stuff. I forgot what the rest of the other stuff was, but
it's victims, labels, crutches, and oh my. And why are you still talking? Shut up.
If y'all see the title that she graciously put in the motherfucking thing.
Labels and crutches, oh my goodness. So what are we talking about victims for? How did we get on victims today? What are we talking about? What does that mean? And yes, I added extra shit because the way you said it sounded rude as fuck. Don't be a victim, bitches. You can't say that to people. You can't say that to people.
Okay, I guess it started off like the irony of like older generations going on saying that we're playing victim, but we're not. We're just standing up for ourselves and some shit. Like, hey, we can appreciate that. They still do like, hey, fucker, don't do that shit.
Butts indeed. I have something very special to tell you at the end, Dondero. Butts indeed.
But then they throw basically tantrums that make people feel sorry for them. And then like they don't see the irony of they're the one playing the victim.
That part. Kind of like sorry for spoiling if you ain't seen it yet, you're stupid. It's kind of like Black Panther 2, kind of like that. We threw a whole tantrum because we were afraid people were gonna do things that we started doing to other people. That's crazy. I'm gonna say it in my public forum. It was all right. I
enjoyed it.
I dressed up and everything just like the first time. Too. It was all right. I got my popcorn bucket that lights up. It was all right.
I didn't get the popcorn bucket.
It was okay. Go watch it. Figure it out yourself.
And if you mad at the word colonizer, shut up.
You bald-headed demon. Anyway, so we started this conversation earlier about, playing victim and all of that good stuff. And, me with, wow, you actually have a pipe. That's cool shit.
Got a corncob pipe, too, if I'm feeling country.
And, me with my clinical brain. So the second I, started thinking about, people that play the victim are often attention seeking or blah, blah, blah. But also on the other spectrum of it, for me is people, because remember when I was telling you, I said, I don't take cases where people in their questionnaire say, I've had a year of CBT and therapy and I'm ready to move on to a new therapist. I don't take those. You know why I don't take those? Because a lot with victim mentality and labels and whatnot, people latch on to shit and then that's all they do. They don't do any work after it. Like a label. And they hold on to it like it's a fucking life preserver, like it's a crutch or something. So that's automatically where my brain went. But I mean, that happens in day-to-day shit.
Another example, neurodivergency.
100%. I mean, you drive me fucking bonkers. You drive yourself fucking bonkers. But you don't intentionally make it other people's problem.
I try my best not to. I do, but I try not to.
Exactly. Hence, intentionally. Thanks for the subscription, Nev. Appreciate it. Woo-woo.
But I also don't go, but I have ADHD, so like you got to take it that way. Like, no, that ain't how y'all do it with neurodivergencies. Y'all quit using them as a crutch.
No.
Just because
Now,
you autistic don't mean you can't be racist. I'm just gonna put that out there now.
ooh, shit. Damn, he went in. He went right there. Wait, whoa. We gonna put that up there. This is because you
Just
autistic too.
it's coming out hard.
he came in too hot. He came in too hot. But no, shit, that fucking threw me for a loop. You just got me. But now, this is not to say if you're going the route of documentation and paperwork, not to say it then. Say it then when it's supposed to be said. Hey, I have a diagnosis. You need to adhere to my documentation. I have a diagnosis which grants me these resources and properties. Then you say that shit. Not
Yeah.
for every miscommunication, misunderstanding, or just icky shit that you don't feel like dealing with person to person. Making
Like
that clear.
allergies. If you're allergic to something, it's not how you can tell somebody has a real allergy and a fake one when they go to a restaurant. Because someone with a real allergy, like a real gluten allergy, will ask questions or know what they could and couldn't be eaten from the get go.
So speaking of allergies, Snoops, I appreciate you sending my box of giraffe things, but
Oh no!
you know what was in the surprise giraffe that you got?
I read the damn thing. It didn't say lavender.
It is a cute little circle that looked like it was part of the pattern of the box that said infused with lavender. Because I went face first to hug this motherfucker, and I
Oh, I'm
said,
so sorry. I wasn't trying to kill you this time. I swear.
"That's fair. That's fair." He now sits on a shelf by himself. We don't. Oh no! Hey, bitch, calm
My
down.
bad.
It's really a bitch. She's barking because she can't get her name.
She a basic bitch too.
She a basic bitch too. She looked just like the dog in the emojis on the iPhone. She do.
Yeah, Miko, my bad. I wasn't trying to do.
You was trying to murder me.
I thought I looked it over really good too. Like,
No, it was blended in the box. It looked like it was part of the pattern. The fonts and labels matter. You have a picture to send me? Okay, Nev, send me the picture. Anyway,
is it nudes?
just Nev. No one else. I mean, Nev can send me nudes. I would be honored to have Nev's
I want
nudes.
nudes. I
It's
want
too
some
bad.
pho, some ramen, some udon.
Anyway, so getting
Look,
back to labels
I listen
and
to my stomach
victims
before my
and
penis. Okay.
crutches. Oh my, I know. But sometimes you listen to me at the same time. Could have died, Snoop. But yeah, I don't go for cases that where people automatically know exactly how they want to fix their problem, bro. Because if you knew exactly how you wanted to fix your problem,
Why are
you
you
don't
here?
need me. Why are you here? Hang on a second.
She cussing out the dog. She's saying things that can't be said on Twitch. Just so y'all know. I'm not translating either.
Hey, Cool Dude Ross, how's it going? But yeah, I don't take those because like you've clearly already made your mind up that this is the only right way that this can happen. Ain't nobody talking to you either, Google. Oh my god. Complete sidebar. Guess what Miss Biggums has started doing when I let her walk the long end of the hallway? She likes to lick the Google Home that's connected to the outlet, and she be turning the volume up and down. Now the mic is not on that one because you can a voice can get picked up all over the house, so we don't turn the mic on for that one. That was just for broadcasting the music in the hallway. But she will keep licking it, turning the volume up and down on the side, and the
You
thing
ever
will start
decide?
talking about. By the way, the mic is off.
You ever think about like just turning something up really loud while she's licking it?
That's rude. I don't do
That'll
that.
teach her to stop licking it though.
No, it won't. No,
It'll at least be funny.
to you. But anyway, but yeah, I don't really deal with that because if you've got a fixed, let's call it a fixed schema, shall we? That's the technical term, a fixed schema or structure in which we think the world works, then nothing for you is going to change. If you constantly go from friend group to friend group thinking that people's unfriend you because I'm annoying or because people can't be trusted, and the
Or they're
common
assholes.
denominator is you, baby, you might be fucking around with some motherfucking label makers there. You might be playing victim for absolutely no reason. And there's no need for it. No need for
Well,
it.
if your dating life you keep dating the same motherfuckers and wondering what's happening, you happening.
And we've talked about that. We talked about that. Because you're why? Because your type is trash, my dear. Complete trash, my dear. So, and that brings us around to labels a bit more. Labels simply people use and abuse labels, and labels
I don't like
obviously can
labels,
be in the
man. I don't
form
feel like
of
I need to label things.
that in itself is a label, but okay. Um, and like obviously labels can also come in the form and concept of words and shit, meaning my ultimate trigger words: female, narcissist, and toxic.
You said female wrong. Female. you gotta put your lip back. You gotta get the you gotta with the fee. This you gotta launch all the male toxicity out your mouth with the fee part.
Where's that button?
I'm not gonna lie, your background is very distracting.
Good. Stay distracted. If Johnny has 3 apples. Um, but no, like labels become this golem of sorts. It goes from a simple definition to a particular situation, specific situation,
Is it playing
to
on a song or is just doing it
it's
randomly?
just doing it randomly. Snooks, focus. Come on, come on, come on. Um, or it takes on this whole shape of this thing that's in the way. Like, I'm gonna give you one: feminism. Some people cringe when you say feminism. I know women that cringe when you say feminism because it has gone from the standard definition or label of what it is and what it includes to
Neo
this
feminism.
stereotypical picture of just angry women.
It's the if Rosie the Rooter had a stick up her ass, basically. Riveter, Rosie the Riveter.
I was about to say the rooter. She ain't plumb. She wasn't a plumber, Snoops. She wasn't a plumber.
Riveter. I was
Yes,
thinking Roto Rooter for a second.
you were thinking roto rooter for a second. There, feel better.
Thank you.
Because I care or whatever the fuck. But they take on these meanings and if you dabble in philosophy, that's what people mean with, things like straw man and red herring and all that shit, because words have been now manipulated to be this solid concept of something that it didn't even start to be. And people attack those things, or people cringe from those things, or people manipulate those things, or so on and so forth. The other thing with labels, and I hate in the clinical world, and it sucks, is as part of my job, I do have to diagnose people, right? I do have to diagnose. There is something rewarding and relieving about the fact that your experience can be summed up in a few words that are nationally and legally recognized in documentation. But that is not your life preserver.
Yeah, some labels are good.
Some labels are good.
It's basically knowing what your disease is, like stuff like that. Like, you know what your problem is.
It has a
It's
name.
identified.
Yeah, it has a name, which means I know how to now describe it to others. Not this is my sole identity. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, oh my goodness. Now, I'm going to completely say this is completely stereotypical. However, it is rooted in a whole lot of commonality. People with borderline personality disorder. One, they're often mixed up with people with bipolar disorder. For those that don't know, there are 2 types of bipolar. If you didn't know that, educate yourself and
A
stop
lot of people don't
using
know.
those as words to just describe a fleeting feeling, because people really live that shit and it's rude. But borderline personality disorder, they have very difficult times with social interaction in general. Boundaries, not good with them. Social cues, on and off with them. You know how when you were coming up as an adolescent and a teenager and the world was this big and only you mattered? They're right there. They're right there. Okay. You throw in a little bit of problem with emotional regulation, that's in there too. And delusions of grandeur, that's in there sometimes too. Typically, it's unfortunate, but when people do finally get diagnosed the right way and correctly with borderline, they think, ha, I have found the answer to my life and I am done. But you're still harassing people that told you leave them alone, leaving 65 voicemails on your therapist voicemail a day. You're not doing the work, essentially. What's good, Contract Kill 92? Yeah. But yeah, you're just embracing the label. You're not embracing the shit that goes along with it, because there's work back attached to that label. And
Word.
you check the price, you put it back. You check the price, you put it back. That's what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. And you use those labels to be able to
allow
play the
yourself to
victim.
be a dick.
To play the victim, essentially. It's just like, oh no, I can't do that because of this or that.
Also, I'm gonna speak from an
Mm.
ADHD person who's actually been diagnosed. If I hear one more motherfucker just like,
Thanks
"Oh,
for
I
the
can't pay attention,"
subscription,
like,
MG.
"Oh, I can't pay attention," I have ADHD. Like, if you don't shut the fuck up with that kind of shit, because that is like, oh, like, ooh, shiny. Like, that ain't ADHD. That is, but it ain't.
Yeah, it is a symptom. It is not the whole thing. It is not the whole thing
Like squirrel.
because
Like, no,
because
that ain't.
part of the work with that is learning to control it, learning to regulate. Thanks for the subscription, cool dude Ross. Appreciate it. Look at
Know
y'all.
how
Y'all
to
just hyping me up.
know how to describe your stuff.
Yeah, knowing how to describe your stuff. That's what it's for. Not riding it like it's a gravy train into the ground. Into the ground. Let's talk about trauma with that. Let's talk about trauma with that. Now, I'm not minimizing anyone's trauma by any means. I am a huge advocate for hearing people, believing them, and validating their experience. However, it becomes problematic when we start using it as an excuse to not do
Learn
things or to avoid stress, distract from every level of discomfort.
learn how to manage your trauma because it's not everybody else's job.
It's not. It would be nice if everyone in the world was considerate, but that also means you have to be considerate to other people.
Because don't nobody give a fuck about your trauma. Because we all got some
We all
form,
got our
like
own
straight
trauma.
up, like
As much as we want to be empathetic, as much as we want to be validating, it's not our job to manage your trauma because we're managing ours.
yeah. But
Eh?
even if we are, it's not to do it all the time, and it's within our right to get tired of your shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I mean about, kind of the fine print attached to these labels. Is like, so, as most of you know, I also teach on the college level. I thoroughly encourage and advocate for my students to, one, practice self-care all the fucking time. I don't assign homework around breaks. I don't assign papers during breaks. None of that. The week before, you are supposed to be studying for a midterm and then going on break for Thanksgiving. Not doing that. So I also encourage, if you know you have a diagnosable concern, go to the accessibilities office and get registered for accommodations, regardless if you are going to use them or not. Do it, because
For success.
the whole fine print is, I'm gonna keep using school as an example. The whole fine print, excuse
Fine
me,
print. Here we go.
the fine print of going to higher education is you're not only agreeing to rules and conduct of a student on the institution's grounds, but you're also saying, yes, I can do the work. So don't be upset when you can't or have a lot of trouble doing the work. So ergo, you don't do the work and expect people to feel bad and then get mad because they don't feel bad, especially when they told you to go ahead and get your accommodations. Don't you, that way you don't have to beg and plead. It's not a weakness. It's not none of that. It's like labels are fun when they're convenient, and that's silly. That's so silly. It's like, oh, I mean, I can't. I'm eligible for accommodations, but I don't want to seem weak. Baby, we grabbing onto the wrong labels here. I got 20/20 vision. Every pair of glasses y'all have ever seen me wear on here are fake. I got 20/20 vision. You're stupid. That setup for that joke took way too long. Way too long. Way too long. Boo! Tomatoes.
Oh, that's
Um,
just fucking around on my shelf. I didn't. Wouldn't even set
but
up for a joke.
but I have 20/20 vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will still read books with large print. Why? It's easier to read and it preserves my vision. I don't have to do that. Just makes life easier. That's the thing. That's the thing. Like, we're holding on to the wrong labels. We're grabbing onto things that are meant to help us and as resources, and we see them as the enemy. And
They are
then
not the
feel
enemy.
they are not the enemy. Eh? Um, but we hold on to things like pride and shit. Like, what? What do you
Your
get
pride
for
ain't shit.
what do you get for that? I don't understand. My other favorite, as a man. As a man, you don't understand the things that I have to. You're right. I don't. Explain them to me. You can't even explain them to me because you know they're garbage. As a woman, I just I don't need nobody coming to me as a woman. That phrase I will agree with because it ain't her fault. I have never understood that. Ever since I was a kid, I never understood that. When people start cheating and then people get caught cheating. They run and beat up the person they cheating with. No, I'm throwing hands with you. No, throwing hands with you.
Catch, motherfucker.
Mink. Um, but yeah, no. So like picking and choosing which labels to like cling on to for dear life and which ones to like distance ourselves from is weird. It's weird. And the whole process itself, get this, it's a crutch to our existence. And it don't have to be that way. Our existence got two
An
legs.
excuse.
We don't need crutches. It just feels better because it feels solid and extra. Life ain't got to be solid or extra.
It ain't.
Mm-mm.
And a lot of us make our life extra for no damn reason.
For no damn reason. For no damn reason. So
be built different.
Because
everybody got to be different.
Everybody got to be different.
But everybody be different the same way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you know what I don't like? I don't like. So as a Scorpio and someone who is
continue the bit. Go ahead. As someone who is what?
Is an ambivert. A faux
you can't
socialite.
Be an outgoing introvert.
A faux socialite, if you will. I pride myself on not being pigeonholed into friendship circles. Now, granted, part of that's my adaptation, chameleon skin, because I don't trust nobody. And that's my own shit. Again, managing my own trauma. But that is something I do like about myself. I do like the fact that I can get along with most people, in regardless of what circle. And as someone that can be in everybody's rat hole, if you will, I get to see everybody as they are in different rat holes. Meaning I get to pay attention to dynamics. When you code switch, how that changes, how y'all talk about this one when that one not there, and then vice versa. Like, I like being privy to all of that stuff. But the thing I can't stand is a whole y'all seen them posting them memes talking about when a friend's telling a story that you was there for and you look at them because you know they lying. That part. I don't Quinn, you quit playing with your pussy right now. Now is not the time.
Playing with my fat pum pum.
I know you
playing
got
with my
a
fat
fat
pum
pum
pum.
pum.
Playing with my pum pum, playing with my pum pum.
Anyway, I can't stand it. I don't understand it. But again, it's probably not for me to understand because again, I'm in everybody's rat hole. I don't understand. Look better. Exactly. And then she's gonna talk about this like I'm not struggling with blah blah blah. That wasn't even part of the conversation. You don't even have a relationship with her to tell her that you're vulnerable and struggling. What? We got to make ourselves look better for sympathy? What does sympathy do?
Make you feel better.
What does it nourish? Yeah, when you're with people, when you at the end of the day, you got to go home by yourself.
It makes you have to look at yourself less. You don't have to. You don't have to evaluate yourself. You don't have to,
fat pum pum.
You don't have to sit there and think about yourself and reflect.
Ooh.
Like, it casts enough light on other subjects where the shadow is cast on the mirror, so you don't get to catch a reflection of yourself.
Oh, that's a good point. That's you be braining sometimes, don't you? That's a good point.
And I've already forgotten what the hell I said, but continue.
I know.
I'm glad these are recorded.
Yes.
There's gonna be a compilation of my genius words that I've forgotten.
But yeah, like we have to make ourselves look better to feel better in the moment. But when we go home, we are forced to sit with ourselves and look at ourselves. And that's one thing I really noticed when we all had to go inside and stay away from people. Y'all remember those good old pandemic days, baking bread and making TikToks and shit.
And have TikTok teach you more about life than school did.
Business in the therapy world was booming. Online therapy was booming because people had never been alone with their thoughts for this long. And that's scary shit. And like having that light reflected on them shows them like, bitch, you playing the victim and you need to stop. Or bitch, you are the narcissist here. You need to stop. You're being toxic. They're being toxic. My relationship ain't what the fuck it is.
Like, you both were being toxic and you didn't want to see your toxicity part of it.
X. And it's
you wanted to be the hero and the victim.
Okay, so that brings us back around to multiple labels. So we talk often about like contradicting values, right? Like my often, oh yeah, grandpa's home. Woo! For those that don't know, grandpa was in the hospital. He fell or something, and he had this thick ass nurse, and he was trying his damnedest not to come home, like pretending like he didn't want to eat and shit. But he's home now.
I
Woo!
mean,
Good shit. I mean,
I can understand why.
thick Miss Nez, thick.
Thick. She's thick.
I hate you. But contradicting
She's
values. So I often use the one of I can't possibly be a therapist and think that what I do helps people change if I can't believe that people can change. That's just stupid. Like that's an oxymoron. That is a paradox that ain't paradoxing. You understand? No, it's not cool to Ross. It's not dope. I hope you're saying it's dope that grandpa's home, not that he was cutting the food for that nerd.
yes.
Yes. Also, yes. So conflicting labels. You can't be a hero and victim, bruh. Like you gotta choose one. Like that's crazy. You can be one then the other,
Mm-hmm.
but not both. Not both.
And a lot of y'all are a lot of y'all are more the antagonists and the protagonists in y'all's own story. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Ooh, a lot of y'all are NPCs in your own damn quest right now, too.
Ooh, damn.
Okay, sure. A lot of y'all NPCs in your own damn quest. But we're gonna stay on the dual labels thing.
That's a subject for another matter.
Yeah,
or another day.
If we have enough time, I will enlighten you. You said something earlier. You said you can be autistic and racist. How did you come to that conclusion, Snookers?
Experience in life.
Fair enough.
People saying some racist ass shit and it's like, hey, that's racist, and here's why. But I'm autistic.
I don't get social cues.
That's why I'm explaining it to you.
That's the other thing too. They often get like offensive when you offer them a corrective experience at any level. It could be subtle, it could be like direct, whatever. That's interesting. So, and granted, there's nothing wrong with not realizing that, maybe you've never thought about that these are labels that can cross over before. That's fine. Like it did not register in my brain until I was a sophomore in college that one of my best friends could be gay and a redneck. Boy could shoot a fucking deer though and build a house. Like he's been expanding his house for years. It's amazing. So it's okay.
It's a fashionable redneck.
He's a fashionable redneck. Point being, it's okay if you haven't realized some of these things. Now the point is, now that we have offered you a corrective experience, the point is to start noticing these things and evaluating the things that we say, i.e. doing your shadow work, doing your self-work.
Doing your shit in general.
So the other thing about labels and things like that, most labels are a double entendre. A double entendre.
Yes.
There is no difference between being stubborn.
Need to clean this thing.
And being determined. No difference. It's the same continuum. It's the same. And that's what shadow work is about. Continuums.
It's usually the case of why you're doing a certain thing, which either makes you determined or stubborn.
Facts. Intentions, motivations. That's also part of shadow work. Figuring out what yours are. You look ridiculous. You having a hard time? You need a moment?
I need to clean my pipe.
Look at you. So looking at the continuums in your life, looking at the mixed labels or the cross labels or the cross values in your life is going to help you progress as a person. Now, don't take this oath lightly. The second you start working on yourself, you're not going to be able to go back. Okay, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna lose some people.
You're gonna not only gonna lose some people, you're gonna be fucking pissed because growth fucking sucks.
You can be pissed for reasons you ain't even know you're gonna be pissed for. You can be pissed at yourself. You can be pissed at exes. You can be pissed at ex-friends. You can be pissed at random strangers half the damn time because you can identify some of the shit that they ain't fucking doing.
And you're gonna be pissed at yourself because you're gonna know all of that and know that it's better to do nothing about it. That's the part that sucks. That's also the part that sucks about being a therapist. I'm a great listener. I pick up on details, I pick up on connections, patterns, whatever. But until the person is ready to hear
So
those
she
things,
cuts me off all the time.
I can't just lay it out and say this, that, this, boom, you're cured. I can't. I can see the light at the end of your tunnel all day, every day. I can take a walk out there while I'm talking to you, but you will not see it until you get there yourself. So when people tell me, I've got friends in the audience right now that know that the shit I'm on right now, the shit I'm on is I do have an opinion, but I will not tell it to you unless you ask me.
That's a
Because
hard lesson to learn too,
it's a
y'all.
hard lesson.
Knowing when to shut the fuck up because it ain't your thing, and just was like, hey, I feel some kind of way, but I'm gonna let.
Because so what do I do with that energy? You turn it inside. Why the fuck do I feel some kind of way about what the fuck they doing? Like I don't even see these motherfuckers for real. Like what am I worried about?
And if
That's
you
what you do
ask
with it.
some, and if you ask a person for that, and if they ask you how, please let them know how you want it,
How do you
because
want it? Hey, how do
because
you feel?
some friends are harsher sounding than others, but not trying to be that harsh.
Facts. Big facts. Big facts. That's why I'm fluent in glitch.
And also, do you want it to help build, or you do want it to just vent? That's also
Do
a
you
thing
want
too.
space to rant? Do you want solutions? Or do you want me to agree?
You want verification.
So we want to pause on that for a second. So it is 8:05. We've got 25 minutes before final thoughts, rating over, and announcements. But first, I'm going to make my first announcement. My first announcement, my wonderful, adoring public, is that I have something for you. I have an amazing gift for you. We have altered the wheel. So now you
Pray she does
all
not alter it again.
get to choose for the next stream. Hit that bitch. Hey, I need some music for this. Not that. Nope, nope. So we got Ozzy, we got Violet. I'm gonna go ahead for the next.
I was
Let's
trying to
give it.
help.
Let's
I
give
can't
it
do this
10 minutes and
goddamn
y'all
stage.
can
Knock me
vote
the
on
hell
that.
off.
Bow.
Got me doing this motherfucking thing. You
There
over
you
there
go.
be prepared, motherfucker.
So feel free, choose, vote,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah,
good
yeah. I'll
stuff.
do it.
Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah
With
blah
no
blah.
music though, because somebody won't let me do music.
No, none. But anyway, but yes, so it is a hard place to be when it comes. What are you doing?
Throwing a tantrum.
Oh, is that what that was? When it comes to just trying to do your self work, like the biggest lesson of learning to stay out of other people's shit is hard. It seems simple. It seems like it makes sense, but it's hard. We have emotional reactions. We have attachments. We have fucking self desire. We have, you
It's like if
know,
somebody says, I can't stand stupid people, and you have the need to chime in when somebody says that. You
right,
think you stupid.
right. It's like we get defensive instead of
That
asking
hit dog
ourselves,
be hollering.
why are we defensive? And all of these things that we're telling you to do are the opposite of feeling like the victim, playing the victim, clinging on to labels to define us, because that is also what kind of keeps us stuck in these places of, my life feels like it sucks, or, oh, I don't know what to do. It's because we've dumped on all these parameters and these expectations of what that means. So, Snooks, give you an example. Snooks, we talked this morning about me sitting in the mirror doing my makeup this morning. And I looked at myself as I was doing my eyeliner and I was like, bitch, hmm, you you running out of time to reproduce. I said, oh. I mean, technically that's kind of a myth, but I could kind of see that. Where you go with this? Like, do you want to or not? I don't I don't know. Bitch, you haven't known for like 10 years. What do you mean you don't know now? Like, and as I kind of sat with that throughout the day, it's just like, well, what feels like what, why is this so heavy? Why is it feels very permanent? It feels very final. It feels very blah blah blah. I have control issues. I have chronic anxiety, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, yeah, but what happens when we peel away half of that shit? Because most of that's controlled with self-regulation, most that's controlled with meds, most that's controlled with preparation, budgeting, all this. What is really the issue? Time? Is time the issue? I don't know. I mean, I kind of don't want to be almost elderly when my kid turns 18. I kind of don't want to not procreate because I'm vain as fuck. I know that's terrible, guys. But we being honest, I kind of don't not want to procreate because, like, I don't know how much longer my mom's got to be around. Like that, I all of these parameters that I have assigned value to and priority to are what stacks up and makes everything feel heavy. So
I'm getting
take your own, huh?
I'm getting a
What?
middle slide whistle.
Okay. So, like, the thing with that is whatever your personal struggle is, taking a step back, what are the parameters we're putting on it? What are the rules associated with it? Huh?
That you
What is
putting
our
on
what's
yourself.
our operating procedure for this? You like that? You like that?
Ooh, but I can also give another example
Go for it.
because I was on a looking at somebody's TikTok live. A friend of mine, Eb, she's biracial, and she said, like, just the caption was, "White people are ideologically racist." Now,
Hmm.
she expressed because somebody like got in the box and got hot, just coming in hot, and she was breaking it down like, look, and cause the way they're talking, it's like they're saying all white people are racist. That's not what we're saying. She was saying like, but because you saw all instead of reading the entire thing, not and ideologically, which means everybody as a whole, like like men are ideologically sexist because we're raised in a patriarchal society. But if some dude comes to me saying like, "Oh, men ain't sex," like I never said all.
Hmm.
You have some sort of thing, or you read all when I didn't say all, or are when I said ideologically.
Mm.
So even when you read stuff, you will place words in there for yourself without realizing it. And when you come in hot, you might want to realize why you coming in hot.
Facts.
Or
Facts.
like that time on Facebook when someone said everybody woke today, and some woman went off on him, and he was just talking about. I was talking about everybody in my house woke in the morning. Like what?
Context is important. Word
Context is
choice is important. And projecting and recognizing
context is
our
important in two
projection.
ways.
Two, count of two.
Context is important to understand what the person is saying, but you got to
Mhm.
understand the context of how you're reacting.
Ooh, that's wow. You can really dance. That's smooth as fuck. That's fair. That's smooth as fuck. That's really smooth. Oh damn.
You got to find the context of yourself and why you're behaving a certain way because you don't just get mad at everything.
Facts. So this brings up a good uh memory thought, whatever, for me. Because at work, as a unit, as a department, we are reading um implicit bias books together to make sure to, just to kind of check our own shit and see where, our biases lie and all that.
We will
Um
never say any of the sayings you've ever said, but go on.
Never. I'll be going straight fucking in. You can't say that. I've thought it over. I will get to that. But we're learning about implicit biases, and for those that don't know what implicit biases are, they are things you tend to believe and then act accordingly, even though you're not conscious of believing those things, right? So, an example: kid gets in a car accident. Dad, wait, fuck, I lost it. I lost it.
Kid gets in the car. Kid in the gets in the car, and the dad's in there too. Both will go to a hospital, and
The doctor starts working on the kid and then looks at the face and says, "Wait, I can't do this. I can't operate on this kid. This is my son." What are your first thoughts? I'm gonna pause and let y'all have it for a minute. I'm gonna pause and let y'all have it for a minute.
for those of you who remember again, kid gets into an accident, gets rushed to the hospital. Doctor looks at the kid and says, "I can't work on this kid because that's my son."
Kid's dad is also in the accident though. Hey kids. So if you automatically thought the doctor was a dude, you are biased against women.
Because some people be like, "Wait, how's the dad in the
like,
accident and it can't work on the
like
kid?"
my first thought was, "Ooh, she done shit it." Like it's like that.
But the fact that a woman can be a doctor doesn't really cross anybody's mind.
I love you. Sorry, y'all. I got a
Yeah.
pickle.
That pickle looks weird as fuck on camera.
That's because
It's
it's
a purple pickle.
green.
It's a purple pickle.
Well, they can't see it.
Yeah, they can't see it's a green screen. But yeah, Nev said thought there were two dads. Now, granted, these tests
That
were
could be
made in like
possible.
1933 or whatever. However, comma implicit bias still kind of reads out like that.
Like if you draw, it's like if you draw a
Also, in
scientist, a
1933, they ain't think
doctor.
about same-sex parents. So
If you draw like a doctor, scientist, firefighter, police officer, you'll most likely draw a dude. But as soon as they draw a nurse,
right, I don't know, man. I'm kind of male nurses are kind of hot.
yeah, they are. Like I'm
Male
just
nurses are hot.
look. Scrubs make asses look good though, regardless of the
Facts.
gender.
Facts. Girls make asses look amazing. Now, getting back to the point at hand. So we're reading this book or whatever. And with me, word choice has always started to become more important, like over the last 5 years, because it's just like certain shit we really need to fucking stop saying, y'all. Like for serious. I am a purple pickle eater. But word choice becomes important because not only do we react to certain words, our brain sends off a sensor that says, oh shit, this is really happening. Act like it's really happening. Hence, everybody woke. Woke symbolizes this left bullshit and blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to teach my kids critical race theory. I'm going to say something on the Facebook. For some people, that is right. Woke is to be black. That's a whole nother concept. But we have to really start monitoring how we're responding to things, how we're reacting to things. I'm not saying get rid of their emotional reaction. Absolutely not. Whenever people come to me in therapy, they're like, I feel like I'm overreacting all the time. You might just be expressing too outwardly, but you might be reacting the right amount. And I say that because the goal is not to get rid of emotional expression or reaction or to deny what you're feeling. Absolutely not. Because emotions are neither good nor bad. They are just neutral. They are there to tell you, hey, man, something going on. And I need you to take a look at it. Okay?
Yeah,
it's not the purpose to get rid of them. The purpose is to process and understand and then choose how you wish to proceed. Okay? Choose. So we wearing her name is Bianca. Woo woo. But yes, to choose how we're doing that. Okay? Like there's no reason to fly off the handle every time because it don't do nothing but raise your blood pressure, raise the person's blood pressure, and make everybody mad. Like if Johnny has 5 apples.
Why he got 5 apples? What kind of apples are they?
Granny Smith.
Nobody want no Granny Smith apples.
It's too damn bad.
You get caramel with them too?
Yes, actually.
Okay, then that's cool.
Yep. But that's part of our work too. So small segue. In these meetings, I am teaching my coworkers how to monitor their word choice. One of them, which just so happens to be my higher up, the person that signs my checks, they said something and I let it marinate for a while because that's the other thing about emotional reaction. It doesn't have to be immediate.
Let your brain meats marinate a little bit.
It's okay to take a pause, to find your words, to find how you want to express something. Like the moment's not gonna go nowhere just because. Like whenever you're worried about being a main character and advancing a plot in a video game, don't worry. You're the main character. The plot ain't going nowhere. Okay.
Hey, what the fuck? Oh, let me just.
Right. So he said he was explaining a childhood story, whatever, and he's like, I mean, then I went along with it. You know, I drank the Kool-Aid on it, and my brain said, I don't like that. Okay, why don't we like it? It's Jonestown murder, like Jonestown massacre. Those people fucking died. They got poisoned. Everybody fucking died. That's 500 people that fucking died. That's awful. You shouldn't say that. And I let him finish his story, whatever. I mulled it over in my brain. I was like, okay, now how am I going to proceed? Am I going to call him out on this? How am I going to call him out on this? Do I want to embarrass him? Do I want to be subtle? Do I want to offer a corrective experience? Is he going to be cool or come out of the bag on me? See, it really doesn't matter. So we were wrapping up and I was like, all right, I've thought it over. He's like, yeah. I said, you said something earlier and I just can't. He's like, what do you mean? I said, you said drink the Kool-Aid on this. And I really don't think we should say that anymore. He's like, oh, why is that? Those people died, man. He's like, oh, shit. You're right.
I'm the teen killing fucktard.
I'm the... Shut up! But But offering people those subtle, see, by being able to slow down, and obviously there have to be perceptive people around the way or whatever. But again, it all depends on how you approach people.
Because if
Allowing yourself that process, those pauses, like I just took, not even on purpose. Great teaching. Go ahead, subconscious brain. But allowing yourself to take that pause and process and then choose what you want to happen next makes a big difference.
when there's a knee-jerk reaction, stop and think. Sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes the knee-jerk reaction is just what it is. But take
Yeah,
at
I
least
mean, I mean, if something jump out at you in the woods and your first instinct is this is Sparta, kick that shit out the air, go for it. Like, holy shit, it's a beaver.
or if somebody says something off the wall, you wait a minute.
Wait
At
a
least count to
minute,
10 and think like this motherfucker just
sounds like something fucky's going on.
you sounding fucky.
Sounds fucky. Yep. So just thinking about some things, like that. So it's 8:19, Snooks. Final thoughts on being the victim, on labels in general. Oh shit, we didn't even talk about labels in relationships.
Oh yeah, shit.
Hey Snooks,
Hmm?
what are we?
We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. We are fighting dreamers.
Go ahead, don't see that
Let's talk about that
fighting
shit.
dream.
Let's talk about that shit. Let's talk about that shit real quick before final thoughts. We got 10 minutes for that.
Yeah, labels help sometimes, but you got to have a discussion of what you think that label is, what y'all feel that label is going to be. Y'all got to have some say,
What it
waving
means.
shit on that label.
What it means. What that mean? Huh. Neat.
Because boyfriend and girlfriend might be different, completely different to somebody. Then you might say, oh, we talk on the phone, we cute together, we boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, nah, some motherfuckers got some trauma. So,
And you a free therapy session, baby.
or boyfriend and girlfriend means, once again, more trauma, but like it's this extensional pressure. Is like, oh shit, I gotta bring more. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, for some people, it helps solidify what things are, where the course is going.
Mm-hmm. 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 So here's my problem with labels. My only problem with labels is that don't nobody fucking talk about them.
Nope.
Don't nobody talk about them. Like, my biggest qualm is people that think they have an understanding of something, but never
Or
communicate that understanding or reflect that understanding back to whoever they're with or talking to or whatever, and then get hurt and upset when things aren't reciprocated. Or get hurt and upset when things are reciprocated. You know my favorite college client when I first started at my last clinic. I was going to dump him. He dumped me. He said we would be better as friends, and I'm hot about it. But you literally
why
just
though?
said last week that you was literally about to do the same thing.
You were gonna be gone too. Like,
you was about to be out. He's giving you the out. He also sensed that there was nothing here. Like,
but I wanted to do it. That's
what?
because there's a label. There's a label with being the breakup-er and the breakup-e. Shut up.
Not watching porn on stream. Jesus.
That ain't porn.
Sounds like 80s porn.
I've been in a hentai mood lately. Hence the show.
Obviously.
But there's that label of the breakup-er and the breakup-e. And it's like the whole
Even
the
though it never
breakup-er
fucking matters because nobody
which
knows.
seems better somehow. Like it helps your pride that I broke it with them. Like,
Okay. I don't. Or my ultimate favorite, my favorite group of gals. One decides to date ex community dick, and everyone else loses their minds. I was like, you know that this ex community dick has a name, has a life, has a spirit, has a name. Like, they ain't gonna be ex community dick forever. They do get to live their life and fall in love and all that good shit. Y'all realize that, and I just think that's the problem. Labels allow people to dehumanize each other and like peel away.
Labels can change too, people.
Facts.
You see this? You see what I got right here? This is a label maker. This is a label make. Let me make a label right now. See what you can do when you put a label on something.
We gotta work on these bit times. This is taking
No, keep talking.
But no. So with relationships and couples in general, the whole "what are we" question is a valid question. Okay, but people either dread to put labels on things because then they have to explain themselves, be vulnerable, and be vocal and actually communicate effectively to one another, which is a red flag, by the way. If y'all can't answer this question, if you get squeamish for answering this question, you need to stop dating people and fix yourself.
Yeah,
Stop
figure out your uncomfort. If shit makes you uncomfortable, figure out why it makes you uncomfortable.
Figure it out, because that's not fair to you. It's not fair to them. But it's perfectly okay to not get the answer you want, too. I'm not really looking to seriously date right now. Cool. Stop trying to change people's mind. Stop. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Does that whole, because then that labels you as manipulative. That labels you as, a bad person and toxic, even though hidden agendas are pretty common, even to innocent people. Hence, little Timmy pretends to be upset so that he gets hugs from mom and gets a cookie. White lies are the same thing. Hey, twin. Glitch.
Jay. But like, look at this. This is a glass, right? People, this can be canonically called as a glass depending on where you're from, how you work, because it's just.
Have me that glass over there.
It's something that holds water. See this label? You can fuck this motherfucker right the fuck off.
You just wasted the whole label.
Put another label on, and now it's a cup. Labels can change and still mean the same shit.
Facts.
They can be completely different shits.
Facts. Final state on the relationships thing. Girlfriend, fiance, partner.
I feel fiance is kind of like
no. That's my whole qualm.
To me, it's just like
we plan on hold on, my bad. Let me rephrase because we're trying to be more inclusive. Partner, fiance, life partner. There we go. That's what I mean. Okay. Those labels are legal status only. I'm sorry. They're legal status only. Stop expecting this whole braggadocious list. I use it in today too. Braggadocious list of things to accompany said label. Okay. And I'm gonna give you another personal example of why. I just thought
fiance is we plan on getting married. That's pretty much it.
No, I don't care about that. That's legal properties and priorities only. I don't care about that.
I was taking it more literal.
I care about the motherfuckers that be like, and you know this famous quote, "You're a married woman now. You need to stop all this foolishness."
Or you're such and such age. You need to quit. Act your age.
Act your age, not your shoe size, bitch. I ain't never been this old before. But stop attaching all these expectations. Getting married does not mean that the toxicity is going to stop. Getting married does not mean that everything's going to be great and we're going to be committed and I'm not going to stick my dick in other people. That is not what that means. It is a legal binding document, meaning legally, I can give you money. Legally, you can pull the plug on my ass if I'm in a coma. That's it. It doesn't stop you from being a piece of shit.
Same thing with babies.
Same thing with babies.
Same thing with babies.
And
being
threesomes.
Parents. That's gonna be
which is an interesting topic. Marriages, babies, and threesomes. Oh my, and how they don't actually save relationships. And you know where we're gonna talk about that, Snooks?
Where?
We're gonna talk about that on our new podcast Friday.
New podcast on Friday.
And knowledgeable. It happens every other Friday. Starting this Friday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we are going to come on just before Dinks with Kinks, because while they do amazing work into the fetish and kink world of research and, just everything kink and fetish, it gives us very clear concepts, very applicable concepts, but we need some application, okay?
Y'all see, I know I can't make a fucking video in my room without somebody mentioning this motherfucker.
What?
My headboard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't showing it. Give me 1 second. So it will be featuring myself, the lovely Glitch, as you see him, and our twins. In fact, did y'all know that Glitch and I each have evil counterparts? We do. But sometimes we're the evil ones. But whatever, we've got twins.
The
We've
evil's
got
on a
the
spectrum.
lovely
The
Keta
twin
and
shit
the
spectrum.
lovely Jay joining us. Not Taina Jay, my twin Jay. On not my game husband. On Friday at 9 p.m. starts this week, and then we're gonna dump y'all straight into Dinks with Kinks, where they're gonna be talking about amazing shit. Amazing, amazing. So be sure to come through.
So how we doing this? It's then after that was gonna be when you see us here on Monday, we won't be there on Friday.
Yeah,
So
we won't be. No. We'll be there Monday.
Are we doing both the same week?
Yeah, we're this Friday is coming. It's
No, I mean,
this
like,
Friday.
after that, are we alternating? That's what I'm.
Yeah, after that we alternate. So then after our first, we are doing it every other Friday. So then you'll just have us again here on Mondays, and then the Friday after, when you don't see us on Mondays, we'll be there Friday. You'll get it. You'll figure it out.
We only did this one because it's been 2 fucking weeks. So yeah.
It's been 2 weeks. I've been
We
sick.
had planned to do the alternating thing, but
yeah, we were dying. It's whatever.
I wasn't this time.
Shut up. I meant the royal we. Royal we. Oh my
We
god.
like to play.
But yes. So we also will be going more in depth about just relationship stuff, intimacy things. Especially adding a
Twitch can let us.
Shut the fuck up. Also adding a bit of a spin culturally on things like fetishes and kink as well, because a lot of people in the people of color community, the Black community specifically, are timid and unfortunately will not listen to our amazing friends from the internet. So we're going to do a nice warm handoff to make sure that y'all know that we friends with these folk. It's cool. It's cool.
And also at the same time, we're gonna have how should I put this?
Thank you, Calvino. The we is me. It's Miko.
We're gonna put more, because how I plan to do this as well is like to actually have some interviews. It's gonna be we're gonna fuck around. We're gonna fuck around and talk some shit and gonna be nasty. But
And
however,
find out.
it's gonna be it's gonna be sexucational.
Sexcational. Yep. So we're gonna cover a whole bunch of stuff. So this week will be obviously our intro to the show. Basically, who the fuck are y'all, and why are there so many not suitable for work channels on Discord? We're gonna tell you. We're gonna let you
I
find
got
out.
so much to say.
So,
I don't want to say it yet.
It is 8:30.
8:30.
I don't know where Down Daring 101 is, but they better get their shit in gear. Pep, hit the button. It's 8:31. But until then, how much finding out will be going on? We're gonna have to find out.
You got to find out to find out. All right.
You got to find out. Plus,
you gotta tune in to find
we're
out.
gonna have a Caddy Patty stream, which we've been holding off because obviously this is a 7:30 time slot. We can't be Caddy and Patty and be drinking Cab and Riesling at 7:30 on a Monday. No. What?
And we've been doing that for a while anyway.
Shut up. But anyway, anything else to add? Any final thoughts on victims, labels, crutches, and the like, Snoogans?
I got nothing right now.
You got nothing? Okay.
I done said my two drops of wisdom.
All right. Well, cool. Well, we're gonna raid y'all over to Down Daring 101 at some point when they get started, because I don't.
For real though, be there on Friday. Learn some shit. Learn some nasty shit. Learn how to make your relationship feel better.
Learn some
Even with
healthy,
yourself.
nasty shit.
Learn to make your relationship with yourself feel better.
There it is. All right, we're raiding y'all over to John. See y'all. Stay tuned for Down Daring 101. After holiday shenanigans are always the best, and then stay tuned with the Roogs from the internet with Happy Hour, followed by Shep's bedtime stories to lull you to sleep with some fictional nastiness. Peace.